equality in where was it?
Belarus.
In Belarus? No, not in Belarus.
In Albania.
Well, in Albania, yes.
Mirela, are you still there?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes. Did you hear the question?
Again, please.
Well, I don't know if you listened to what Eugenia had told us, but the last things you mentioned was that there is a very complicated landscape of identity for women in Belarus today. And then I wanted to ask you about the general attitudes in Albania towards gender equality.
Well, yes. The situation in Albania is that regarding the attitude regarding gender equality is of course different in different level of women and men in the population. Of course, men almost all are not accepting it. Very few men are accepting. In different positions, even in the activities like the one we are, you are all women there, right? No men inside of this group that are listening and talking about. Do we have any men? No.
Yes.
We have. Something like that. We have 2 or 3 men listening to the gender issues, supporting gender issues. But of course, for example, we have a grown number of men that want to take paternity leave, for example, in Albania. So we have changes in the mindset, but of course we have a mixed opinion regarding gender equality. We have women that accept violence in the family, and they said that I did a mistake. We have women that does not accept or they agree that their daughters are being married in early age. So we have so many cases like that, unfortunately, right now that has been increased in Albania. So we have women that accept precarious conditions of work. For example, women working in the textile and the shoes companies that are producing what we are wearing. For example, they are working in very bad conditions, not regarding the payment, but regarding their health and safety. And they are accepting this without confronting or without requiring for more. We have governmental representatives that tell us in different activities, what do you need more about gender? You have women in power now. Talk to them, not talk to us anymore. So, of course, we have different opinions regarding gender equality, and this is creating the resistance for the development.
Thank you.
Any more questions? Take advantage that we have them online. Yes.
I have a question about the data collection. So I was wondering, maybe to Mirella, I don't know if Eugenia also wants to add something to this. Like this European Institute for Gender Equality, I think it was established in order to collect the data. What do you think? Is it kind of useful for your work? Or what do you think is missing? Because I'm not a specialist in this area at all, but I was always thinking this was established in order to somehow address this problem, but of course it's on European level.
Do you mean the one in Vilnius?
Yeah, I think it's in Vilnius, yes.
Yeah. I think it is useful. It is only for collecting data, or mostly for collecting data. But I guess data is super important for research, right? But also if you suggest any policy change or justification for a new document, it is useful. It seems like they are not very quick on updating it, because I mean, what I mean is, I know that they have already new data, but somehow it's not always available, you know, shortly after it. And it's not, to me at least, not very clear how the data is gathered. So it's very hard to understand sometimes what are the limitations of the data and what you actually can see from it. For example, there was a presentation based on some of the data, recent data, that demonstrated that countries like Sweden and some others, so countries where there is more social equality, the countries that there are more social responsibility of the country, like a lot of different programs. They are also, all right, sorry, now I couldn't remember straight away. Countries that have policies aimed at social equality or gender equality also now demonstrate a demographic rate, so they have more children now, right? So one of the possible explanations would be that families that feel supported, where they can unburden themselves, where there is some support from the state, are more willing to have more children. At the same time, we also know that many of these countries are those that are open for a recent wave of migration that may have more children than the local population to start with. But there is no way you can look at it and understand if it's, because it's a great argument, right? It's an awesome argument. Every country that wants to have more population just needs to have more gender equality and more socially, inclined, if it's true, right? But if you don't have access to the methodology of the research, or understand some limitations, there is no way you can make things like that would be super helpful. People like me who try to engage on the advocacy level and change a bit of policy. So it is a great, answering more completely, it is a great thing to have data, but there is that much you can do with that. Unfortunately, it's not always helpful.
Mirella, do you want to say
something regarding regarding the data, gender desegregated data? Okay, we have a poor system for gathering the data, which I think that on purpose is not giving the data properly. I want to give you two examples. We have done a research study on gender pay gap in 2012, and the gender pay gap comes out to be 17.6%. Then the government started to collect data on the gender pay gap. And now we have a gender pay gap by the governmental data, by the Institute of Statistics, with a Swedish methodology of 8%. But this does not mean that we have solved the issue of gender pay gap. What this means? The methodology is very good, it's based on your developed countries, but translated to Albanian system, it's not good. Because in the tax office, all the businesses report the same amount of money of salary, which is around 230 euro, in order to avoid the payment of taxes and social insurance. So everybody, like 100 workers with 230 euro in the system. So since the data are taken by this system, the system does not show the reality. So the government say, and is very happy, and internationally, Albania is good in gender pay gap because it has a very low, which is not true. So this is one thing. The other thing is that we are not gathering data, which brings us to a informed policy and informed strategies, projects, programs, whatever. We are doing this in a very vague and not in a clear way with real data. So it is a big issue in Albania, but not only in the region as well, in the Balkan countries as well.
Okay.
I can second it because when first gender important projects supported by UNDP and other international organizations happened in Belarus, there was an attempt to gather this gender desegregated data. For instance, and it was awesome because it really immediately showed where the power lies. For instance, we looked at the segregation of the labor market, and it became clear that the pay gap doesn't come from, we don't have much pay gap in Belarus because of the Soviet legacy of equality and everything. But women and men do segregate in different areas. But more importantly, there is a vertical segregation that men and women concentrate in different levels of managerial power, right? And of course, getting more money. So next year, after this became clear, the sex desegregated data on women and men and labor market never was mentioned again, divided by the position. So we just know how much men and women are there in managerial positions, but we don't know if it's a lower level or top level. And this did make a huge difference when we, had access to this data. So I very much agree with Mirella that there is a great deal of manipulation, and there is some data when we have it, great, and it's helpful. But if we don't know how it's gathered, and if we don't have access to aspects we want to see, there is not much use.
So much for data, for objective data. Any other question about anything back there? No? Okay, but you know that all these presentations and discussions we are going to have them as well in not only in the report but also in the homepage of GADIP. So if anything else comes up, you will have afterwards an opportunity to contact our participants here. Okay, so I want to thank Mirella and Eugenia for being with us and sharing your expertise and your knowledge, especially coming from these countries we know so little about. So thank you very much for being with us. And of course, welcome to be with us some of the time. Thank you. Okay, and I want to thank everybody here to be here up to this late time in Friday evening. And of course, you are very welcome tomorrow to continue this discussion. We will have many other participants and then a general roundup discussion. So thank you and welcome tomorrow.
Oh, God.